Hello and welcome back to my channel. We're still using this Halloween background because I like it, but should I get like a wintry one? Not Christmassy, because that's so not me, but like something like blue with like snowflakes or something. What do you think? I wouldn't be buying it anytime soon because I don't have any money right now, for real. I tried to debit $3 yesterday and my card got declined. But at some point, should I get like a wintry background? So I have a lot of stuff that I've been wanting to try out, and I've been kind of toying with the idea of like, do I make them Tuesday reviews? Or do I just try them out? Like, what do I do? And so I think we're just gonna, like, do, like, a typical chatty get ready with me type video. And I'm just gonna, like, use them. Because there's not, like, exciting enough to do their own videos on. Like, I have this sample of the Teint Idole Ultra Wear foundation by Lancome. And I don't have enough of the foundation to, like, test it properly. So, like, we'll just use this today. I bought this Ardell Pro Brow Building Fiber Gel at Winners. For, is the price on it somewhere? Yep, $5.99, in the shade black, so I just wanted to use that. I haven't used this on camera yet, so I want to use it, and then I just got, as part of a Christmas present, I bought, like, a package of mini, Stila, of these glitter and glow things that everyone was talking about, but I decided I would open them and keep one, and then give the rest away for Christmas, like, individually, so I kept the Kitten caramel one, so I want to use that, too. So we're just going to try all this stuff out in Jibba Jab at the same time. So I don't know if you're aware of the hair dye brand Arctic Fox, but Arctic Fox is, I believe it started by Kristen Leanne here on YouTube. I can't confirm, I'm not totally sure. Actually, I think I'd be shade 220 buff, right? Yeah, I'm gonna use that one. I found out the other day, like, I've always wanted to try this brand in general because I just thought that, like, it looked nice, like, the hair dyes were cruelty-free and they're vegan, and, you know, everyone always has great things to say about them, so I wanted to try them, but I don't have bright hair. Like, they're usually, like, fantasy colors, like yellows and reds and pinks and blues and that sort of thing. So I was kind of like, man. And then I found out the other day that they actually do make a black one, and it's called Transylvania. So I went to Sally Beauty yesterday in an attempt, this is like, I'm making a mess, in an attempt to get it. And unfortunately at my Sally Beauty, they didn't have Transylvania, so I ordered it from the Arctic Fox website. And then when that comes in, I'm sure that'll be a Tuesday review. But while I was at Sally's, I bought a heated round brush. Kind of feels like sunscreen, this. Kind of smells like it too. But anyway, I bought a heated round brush because my hair is very flat and very straight, and I don't mind it being straight, but I just wish it had a little more body. I want this heated round brush to help me give a little more oomph to my hair, and I used it yesterday, and I actually think it did a pretty decent job. Like, my hair isn't, still kind of flat, but not as flat as it usually is, you know, it's got some bounce to it. And it was only like $18, I think, $20 with tax probably, and then it was by the brand Plugged In, and that's the same brand that my curling wand is from. So far, so good with that. I think it's really just, I wanted it as like a way to talk myself out of how badly I want the Dyson Airwrap, if you've seen that. Like, with the hot air, and it pulls your hair and curls it, and it's like the most magical looking device ever. I want it so bad, but it's just too expensive. I can't afford it. This shade is actually a little bit too dark for me. That's okay though. Didn't do a good job of hiding my weird little rash over here. I've had this little rash over, like right here on my face, since I shot the zipper face video for October, and I shot that in like early September, and I still have this here. I don't know what's up. So far I don't really like this foundation, to be honest. Like, I feel like it's probably a very expensive foundation because it's by Lancome, and I just don't, right off the bat, I don't immediately see, you know, that it would be worth that much money to me when I like so many inexpensive foundations, which is kind of great because imagine I loved it and then I couldn't afford to buy it. So this morning I was hanging out with Lena, my cat, as one does on a Catterday, and it's important to remember that, like, I adopted her 4 years ago. I think the anniversary was like a week or so ago, so I've had her pretty much exactly 4 years, and so she's a cat that is very aware that I am her mom, and I know her really well. Like, I see her as like my familiar, if you will. She's one of those cats that I can just, you know, I can just look at her and it's almost like I know what she's thinking, but more importantly, I know what she's going to do next. So she's a cat that, as much as I love her, she's not the most well-behaved. If you're not petting her the way she wants you to pet her, she will bite you. If you're, like, annoying her, she will hiss at you and bite you. Like, she is not really the most well-behaved. But she has the ability to be cute and be cuddly and that sort of thing. So, like, she lays with me every morning when I get sleeping at all. And, you know, like, she sits beside me while I'm in here. And she's, you know, like, she definitely is a nice cat. She just also switches really fast. And that's totally fine with me. Like, when I adopted a cat, I wasn't really looking for, like, a really snuggly cat, to be honest. Like, I know a lot of people in my family are upset that I didn't get, like, a cute, you know, snuggly kitty, but I really didn't want one. Like, I kind of wanted, like, I don't know, like a familiar, if you will. Like, my cat roommate. A cat that would just, like, inhabit the same space as me, but she would just, like, do her own thing, and I would do my own thing, we'd hang out every now and then that'd be it, you know? I really don't know that I would want a cat that's, like, in my face all the time. I'm sure it'd be cute sometimes, but I'm also, like, moderately allergic to cats, so, you know? I was thinking today about how, you know, I always talk about how lucky I am to have her, but she's actually really lucky to have me also, because she was a really cute little tabby kitten, and she tricked me into thinking she was super lovable and cute, and that's why I adopted her. But imagine she had been taken by, like, a family with, like, a kid. I would be too afraid that she would hurt the kid, to be honest. Like, she snaps too fast, and I know her well enough to know when she snaps. Like, today she was laying beside me, like, right beside my head, and she was all cute. I was petting her head, her nose, just like she likes, and then she got up, she was, like, sitting on her butt, and I could just see it in her eyes, like, the flick, like a Jekyll and Hyde thing, and I got up, like as fast as I could. I sat up, and I grabbed my pillow, because I have a king-size pillow in my tiny little bed, and, like, I use it as, like, a barrier, because she's gonna attack me. I can see her looking for exposed skin, and she's gonna jump at me, so I usually pick up the pillow and, like, use it to push her off my bed when she's crazy, and then she runs around a little bit and gets over it. But, like, today she got me, and it's not like it's pretty much nothing. Like, there's, like, a spot there, and, like, a spot there. Like, she barely got me. Like, these are nothing, but, you know, I'm okay with it because she's my cat, and I know her, and that sort of thing. But, like, I really feel like if she had been adopted by, like, a family with kids or something, like, they probably would have had to have put her down by now, or at least rehomed her or something. Like, you know what I mean? I wonder how many people would actually be willing to put up with a cat who's as moody as Lena is. Because, like, really, she's the perfect cat for me. Like, she's exactly the temperament I wanted. Exactly. I wish she didn't freak out and want to, like, claw me, but, I mean, everyone has their faults. But I just think about, like, if she had been somewhere else, what would have happened to her, you know? Anyway, on a lighter note, we're going to try this Ardell Pro Brow Building Fiber Gel in the shade Soft Black. My hair doesn't have quite as much green in it, but now it's like a pukey faded green. I'm going to do what I can today and tomorrow to try to fade it a little more so that when my Transylvania dye comes in the mail, I can use that. I guess because I'm not doing a Tuesday review on this, I don't have to keep this. Lightly comb through your brows with a precision tip applicator to define shape and build fullness. Start at the inner edge of your brow and move outward. So use it like a brow gel. Okay, cool. That's a stubby little brush. Ooh. This is really dark. Like, I feel like it might be too dark on my sort of faded / grown in hair right now, but it'll probably be nice when my hair is re-dyed. Yeah, honey, that ain't soft black. That's just black. It looks good, though. Good. I've been looking for, like, a nice black eyebrow gel now that my Glossier one is running out, and I don't want to put in another Glossier order. Doesn't it always feel like more expensive when you order things online than when you just go to a store and buy them in real life? Like, I'm sure doing another Glossier order is cheaper than whatever else I decide to do, but here I am. I made a little bit of a mess over here. I definitely like it. Definitely made my brows very dark, but I just feel like maybe with my faded hair right now, it's too dark, so I'll have to come back to it. Like, I won't use it again until I re-dye my hair. And just because I have some sparseness on this eyebrow still, I'm just going to fill it in. Yes, this is a Kat Von D brow pencil, whatever it's called, in the shade Graphite. My older sister Sam, who you've seen many times, she had black and green hair, if you recall, and so she bought all this stuff for black hair, and then recently went back blonde. So she gave me a lot of her stuff that was meant for dark hair, which I appreciate. So this was hers, and now it's mine. Wahahaha. Couple fun facts I learned today about The Haunting of Hill House, in case you are interested. The guy who plays older Steve, Michael Huseman, I think that's his last name. He is the recast Dario Naharis on Game of Thrones. I totally didn't know that. I was watching an interview with him, and the interviewer asked him about that, and I was like, whoa, you're totally right. And then the girl that played older Nell, did you know that, like, The Haunting of Hill House is her first role after drama school? Like, imagine graduating drama school, and then, like, bam, hit Netflix show. That's amazing. Aren't you supposed to do, like, shitty things for a whole lot of time first? Another moment for how beautiful this palette is. I also bought the Huda Beauty Ruby Obsessions palette. This will get its own Tuesday review at some point, because I just like it, even though I reviewed the Smoky Obsessions palette already. Maybe I'll keep this out, because it's got some like, the reds in here, for the most part, are more pinky toned, so we'll just, you know what, we'll use both. And it's got, like, a really nice mirror, too. Ooh, I didn't take the... Beautiful. I've only used this palette once so far, but it was on actual Halloween. I used it, some of the reds from my Pennywise, and then this, like, really sparkly reddy shade was what was in my inner corner. It was very intense. So I wanted to take this opportunity in this video, which is going to make it a very, very long video, but that's okay. Talk to you about something that changed my life for the better. And I really, really hate that it stemmed from where it did, but I mean, oh well. A couple of months ago, I guess, I don't even know how long it was, but a girl that I know shared an article, if you will. It wasn't really like an article, like, it wasn't news, it was more like a blog post, like an opinion piece, that sort of thing, on Facebook, and for some reason I actually decided to read it. And basically what this post was a woman talking about her and her husband separated, and they were like, it was amicable, like, they were still friends. They were still friendly, they fell out of love and they didn't want to be married anymore. And they shared a mutual friend. And the woman who was writing this piece and that best friend girl had been friends for like 30 years or something like that. And, you know, when the woman and her husband broke up, they, like, told the friend, like, you know, don't feel like you have to choose between us. Like, you can still be friends with both of us, because we're fine, you know, it's all good. But for some reason, the girl still felt like she had to choose which person she was still going to be friends with, and she picked him rather than the author. Basically, the whole article was about this girl feeling, you know, like, still trying so hard to be friends with her now ex-best friend, because they had shared so much together, they'd been together for so long, blah, 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 like, trying to be friends, and then eventually, like, she just accepted that it was sort of starting to fade, and then they hadn't talked, like, if they ran into each other and they saw each other, like, they were super friendly, like, because it's not like anything bad happened, they just kind of faded, if you will, right? Which is, like, I'm assuming how the best friend girl planned it to be. But the whole purpose of this article, and I think what the author was trying to convey, boiled down to, you know, the last couple of lines. And this feeling of, you know, she was like, go where you're wanted. Like, understand when a situation is going on, and, like, maybe the people there are being nice to you, but do they want to talk to you? Do they want to be around you? Like, no, your life is going to be so much better if you go places where, like, you're not only accepted, but you're, like, wanted. Like, you feel like a valuable member of a team or a group or something there. And I was just like, go where you're wanted. That makes so much, like, it seems so obvious, but it just, like, really resonated with me. I don't know, like, why. Like, I really hate to blame my disability, but I guess I've always just been a kind of person who, like, will do whatever it takes to make something work. You know? Like, I guess it's because when I was a kid, I had friends in my classes, but I never really, like, actually fit in with them, because I was very clearly the only person in my whole school, actually, in my elementary school, the only person in the whole school in a wheelchair. And so they would get to, like, go out into the field and play on the playground and stuff at recess, and I couldn't go over there because it wasn't safe, because I was so much more breakable back then, and, you know, it was very obvious to me, not that people picked on me or anything, but it was very obvious to me that I didn't fit in. So I spent essentially my whole life doing whatever I could to fit in with people, you know? I feel stupid for saying this, but, like, changing fundamental parts of who I am and molding them to what I think other people wanted of me, you know, and letting things go, letting treatments of me, letting it go so that people would like me, so that they would be my friends. Like, do you want to hear one that really makes me mad that I used to put up with? And I'm just like, why did I let that happen? There were these two guys when I was in high school. I considered them friends of mine. You know, we had a lot of classes together. Music class was one of the main ones we had together, and I remember specifically one of them wasn't very good at his music theory, so for many a test, he would sit directly behind me so that I could, like, write the test and, like, slide it over on my desk so I know he could see it. What they used to do, was, so on the back of my chair, there's like switches that switch it from power to manual. And they would like run up behind me in the hallway and switch it. So now my chair isn't working anymore, right? They would like run up behind me and switch it, and then like run to the end of the hallway and like laugh. And then they would always come back and switch it back, but that's not the point. The point is, imagine the situation were reversed and I ran up to people and there was somehow a switch and I just shut their legs off. I don't really think that's okay. I put up with it back then and I wasn't mad about it, and I thought it was like, you know how little girls are taught, like if boys pull your pigtails, it means they like you. And, you know, not that I was interested in either of these two at all, because I thought they were both kind of stupid. And I still think they're both kind of stupid. But, you know, I get mad at past me for putting up with that for so long. I tried to, I guess, with that, force friendships that were obviously not coming through naturally. Tried to force them so that I would have more friends. But clearly to them, I was just like the girl in the wheelchair that they could, like, low-key pick on, and she accepted it. And actually, if you want to hear a funny story, for those of you who have followed me on the interwebs since the OG days, you remember my Sailor Moon blog. It's still active. I keep thinking about going back to it, like peeking to see if the Sailor Moon fandom is safe again. But there's actually a funny reason why that blog exists. So I had another friend in high school who was a dude. Why did I have so many male friends in high school? What a bad idea. He didn't know this, but I loved Sailor Moon at that time. Like, I was watching it all day, every day. I got something in my eye over here, by the way. I'm not crying. I was watching it like all day, every day when I got home, basically. I wanted to blog a lot of Sailor Moon on my Tumblr, but I didn't want to like flood people's dashes. Like, that's still a thing I don't want to do. Like, whenever I post on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, I still like space it because I know how annoying it is when people flood your feeds. So I had a queue on my regular blog, which is now Wheelchair Warrior, but back then it had a different name. I don't remember which name at that time. And, well, let me get a tissue. Okay, so I would queue things. Whenever I had a Sailor Moon post, I would send them to my queue rather than reblog them immediately. And that queue was set up so that a post would post 3 times a day. I think it was like really spaced out. It was like 11 a.m., 2 p.m., 8 p.m., something to that effect, you know? So that I wasn't flooding people's feeds. I'll never forget, this particular dude came up to me one day at school, and we you know, sat together all the time. We were friends or whatever. And he was like, "Ow, I love you, but if you keep reblogging Sailor Moon all the time, I'm gonna have to unfollow you because it's fucking annoying." I remember being like almost offended, but I was more like apologetic than anything else. "Oh my god, you're so right. I'm so sorry. I'll totally start monitoring when I reblog on my own blog. I'm so sorry." Which is, you know, I should have been like, "Fuck you, unfollow me then, bitch, it's my blog." But instead, I was actually genuinely apologetic, and that's why Extrastellar Mars came into existence, and it ended up becoming a pretty popular blog, and led me to my YouTube channel here today. So I guess that one was kind of a happy one because it ended up happy, but the reason why that blog exists is not a happy reason. It was because a dude who was supposed to be my friend tried to police what I posted on my own blog. Which is like really fucked up when you think about it. I'm really bad at under eye eyeshadow, as you can tell. Let's use a really bright one now, Sandbar. And so, with that said, I've had another friend for like a long time that, you know, it's weird because I hate to make it about my disability again, but I, at the time, never really saw our friendship as being uneven. You know, because friendship is supposed to be a two-way street. You're supposed to put in 50%, the other person is supposed to put in 50%, and that's how you get a full 100% friendship. But I think about it now, and I look back, it's like I was always there for this person, I was always talking to this person, hanging out with this person, that sort of thing, and I considered it 50-50 because this other person put up with the fact that I'm disabled, you know? They took my chair places, that sort of thing. And now I have such great friends and such great people in my life that put in more than just taking my chair places that I'm like, well, I mean, realistically, taking my chair somewhere, it's just a side effect of hanging out with me. Like, it doesn't count as the whole 50% that the other person puts in. And so I looked back through everything and I was like, you know, out of all the years I've been friends with this person, you know, every time we talk, every time we hang out, every time we do something, it's always me who like starts it, who makes it happen. And, you know, at other times I had tried this like experiment before as well. You can call it manipulative if you want to. I'm not super sensitive about it, but where I just don't text this person and see what happens. I've done that before, but usually I cave. But this time I had the motivation of this article that I read about go where you're wanted. If this person really wants to hang out with me or see me, they will message me first at some point. With that said, I can now not remember the last time I talked to that person. And it's not like we had a fight. It's not like anything happened. It is just because I haven't messaged this person first. You know, even if you're not the type of person to, like, message someone first, if you are really good friends with someone and you want to be around with them, you know, you're gonna message them first at some point. And it has now been, like, months since I spoke to this person for no reason other than I didn't want to message them first. And that's it. Like, that's all it took for our alleged friendship to end. I didn't want to message this person first. Craziness. But it's actually, like, weird. Like, I really hate to be, like, so mean, but I feel like it's been really good for my, like, mental health, because now everyone I talk to all the time is, like, so fantastic and great, and they're all, like, my friends. Even, like, my bosses at work are, like, so sweet, and they, like, ask me about my life, and we hang out, and I have so many, like, great friends now that put in 50%, that maybe this person who was clearly not putting in anything other than the fact that they take my chair places, maybe that was, like, emotionally holding me back. I don't know. But then, of course, now because this is why this person and I are friends anymore, I look back and I get, like, bitter, because that's just me. That's just Louis C.K. is garbage. I always use that line from him, you know, when someone tells you you hurt them, you don't get to say you didn't. Like, this person did that all the time. I'd be like, I would, like, sit them down or, like, text them even, because they weren't really big face-to-face speakers, and I'd be like, just so you know, like, when this happened, it really upset me. And they would instantly be on the defensive and yelling at me even after a long time of being friends, and it was just like, I'm trying to have a serious adult conversation with you here, and you're not helping me. God, I can't stop burping. I'm gonna have to cut all my burps out of this freaking video. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is sometimes it's sad to, like, cut people out or let them go or whatever, but sometimes you have to, you know? Go where you're wanted, like that article said. It's so easy, too, like, when you think about it. Like, why would you waste time trying to be with people who don't want you around? I'd rather hang out by myself at that point. Anyway, that's Abby's life advice for this video. Don't waste your time on people who wouldn't waste their time on you. Smartest thing I ever did was get a backup battery for this camera, because it just died. Great. I got too busy blabbing with my life advice, and my camera just died. My camera's way of telling me to shut up, I guess. These palettes really go well together, the Ruby and the Ooh La La. Okay, where's my big fluff? This brush, in case you're wondering, is the Sephora Collection 42 brush. Okay, now we're going to use that Stila thing, and I haven't used this yet, so I'm very excited about this. So this is in the shade Kitten Karma. Okay, here we go. Ready? Ready, kids? Ooh! It's a lot goldier than I thought it would be. Thought it would have a little more pink to it. That's why I went so pink with this eye look, but I mean, oh well. Still looks cute. Man, I want to keep all three in that set now. Do you think I could just keep all three and buy the set before Christmas? Abby, stop with this. You have no money. Give the set away. Keep just this one. There's like a random glitter like up here by my eyebrow, and I'm pretty sure nothing ever went up there, so I have no idea how that happened. It feels very wet, which means it's going to take a minute to dry. And my memory card says it only has 10 minutes left to shoot. That is some sparkle, my kids. Alright, we're going to do some liner now. This is the Ciate Fierce Flex liner. Abby, why are you using this liner rather than any of your other ones? Well, you see, my friends, this one ended up in my hand first, and there was a hair stuck to the end of it, which is always a great sign. Doesn't want to apply over the glitter. Okay, well, thanks for coming out, Ciate. Guess I'll just have to go grab a different eyeliner. This is not even, is it? Is it more even? What do you think? Do you think that's more even? I really want to figure out how to, like, connect my DSLR to my computer so that I can do, like, a live stream, but, like, with my DSLR. I mean, I have a MacBook. It's a really old one at this point. So I could use that webcam, even though it wouldn't be the best. And my PC doesn't have a webcam, so I'd have to buy one. But realistically, if there was just, like, a cord I could get to, like, plug my camera into my computer, that would be ideal. Because then I would just shoot a video like this on, like, a Saturday night, rather than right now, Saturday midday, haha. And we would just, like, hang out. We used to do live streams on my Tumblr all the time. I used to use livestream.com. I would, like, set up one of the Sailor Moon movies, and we would live stream it. Oh, and we also used to do Cards Against Humanity. That was so much fun, too. It's like a website, and you use, like, a password, and then you can all get into the server. It was really great. We used to have a lot of fun over on the Sailor Moon blog, and then all the 20th anniversary stuff started happening, and the Sailor Moon fandom, like, exploded in size, and then it became not fun anymore, because, as you probably noticed from the world lately, once a fandom gets really big, that's when people start being jerks. When people are just mean at that point. And that's like obviously a negative thing, but I think having that tumbler really like thickened my skin a little bit because I got to see some of the worst sides of people when I had a really big, I say really big, I think it got to like 5,000 followers at one point, so like I don't know that that's really big, but big enough that I got hate often. Hate about my content, hate about my face. Yeah, so it sucked at the time, but now I think it was a good learning experience because the world hasn't gotten any better since then, that's for sure. Okay, so now what? I need liner and mascara and highlighter. I'm not going to bother contouring or bronzing or doing any of that today. My foundation is a little too dark for my face as it is. Wow, I'm so almost out of this. Again. I've been really back into using the Benefit Primer. I don't know why. It just called to me one day and I've been using it ever since. Is anyone else like dreading Christmas or is it just me? Like, the difference to me between Christmas and Halloween is just about, like, spooky stuff. And I like horror movies and that sort of thing, and gore and whatever, but, like, I like cute ghosts and cute spiders and cute pumpkins and that sort of thing. Like, I'm not all about the gore stuff. And, like, if I had my own house, it would be decorated for Halloween for sure, but it would be cute. Like, I don't want to scare little kids, you know, I want them to feel like they can come to my house trick-or-treating, you know, like, I don't want to be too scary, you know, it's just about, like, monsters and magic and that sort of thing, whereas Christmas, I feel like, is the time of year where society is, like, trying to, like, bully you into being happy. I'm just not about that. Like, let me be miserable if I want to be. You know, suicide rates go up around Christmas, and I feel like that's a big thing to do with it, is because there's this weird stigma around Christmas where you're supposed to be happy, and if you're not happy, you're like, what's wrong with me? And I just hate that. Also, Christmas, we're just about, you know, being joyful and being thankful and loving your neighbor and that sort of thing. I'd be all for it, but it's not anymore. It's about the commercialness and who gives the best presents, and it's just become such a huge financial burden for people. I mean, I'm like the worst person ever to say that because all I ever do the whole rest of the year is buy things for myself. I can spend one season buying things for other people. But, you know, it really stresses people out. People use more credit and go into debt and stuff around Christmas, more so than any other time of year. I just don't think it is anymore what it's supposed to be. I think we've ruined Christmas. I think collectively humans are Grinches. And we've stolen Christmas. But there really isn't a way to ruin Halloween. So maybe that's why I love Halloween so much, because it's unruinable. What colors are in this palette that I can use to highlight my inner corner? I could use this shade Tickled. Let's just see what happens. Ooh, pretty. Oh, I blended it too far down. I do that a lot lately. But yeah, in past years, I've tried to, like, convince myself that I like Christmas. Like, I'll be all into it, and I'm listening to Christmas music as of, like, November 1st, and I'm all into it. This year, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. It's just not in my heart, you know? See if we can find a cute highlighter from the Naked Cosmetics palette. Maybe we'll use this, like, light pinky one with a little bit of a blue. I hate that there's no mirror in this palette. It makes my life so much harder. Look at this configuration that I have to make. Four swipes of the pink, one in the blue, and this is, like, all blue. Ooh, I also grabbed glitter. Should I use the glitter somewhere? So this is the MAC Soar lip liner. And soar, I mean like flying, not like I have a sore. Ew. My lips are so dry and flaky right now, I'm just going to ask you to find it in your heart to forgive me. So I grabbed MAC Faux, and I grabbed Glacé by Bite. And then technically the Nudestix that I use on my lip, or on my cheeks is also a lip color. I feel like Glacé is the right one though, right? So this is Faux. Faux would work. Oh my god, it smells so good. You never quite get used to the vanilla-y scent of a MAC lipstick. Let's just see. What do you think? Not a bad lip choice. I can live with that. And then maybe a little bit of glitter, like there, or like right. Let's just see. I want to use a little bit. I do like glitter. You like that? I kind of do. And then I guess that's it. And I guess that's the end of this video. I hope you like this random, very pink look that I came up with. Using the Ooh La La palette by Colourpop and also a little bit of the Ruby Obsessions palette by Huda Beauty. Thank you for letting me blab at you. I can't help it. I'm a blabber. When I was a baby, they used to call me Gabby Abby. What can I say? Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and you subscribe if you have not subscribed already. And I will see you next time.